Let's go back to the 90s and talk about getting Star Wars head. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, and I'm coming back at you with a new video. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I found out I was going to make a new video today. I don't know, I'm holding on to the mic like I'm a wolf man or something. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to go back to the 90s. I know on this channel, usually we stay around the 80s, go into the 70s, but at times we dip into the 90s. Hell, we may even dip into the 2000s. Who knows? If you're a member, Patreon or YouTube, we might even go skinny dipping in a video. That might be a good one right there. But don't forget you can support this channel by becoming a YouTube member or Patreon member. Links, all that's in the description below. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. So let's talk about the 90s. Galoob hit the market with Star Wars toys. Can you believe it? Before Hasbro. People think Hasbro brought Star Wars back to the toy market. No, 1993, 2 years before Hasbro would bring action figures back to the toy aisle, Galoob was bringing mini Star Wars toys back to the shelf. Of course, you had Just Toys releasing Star Wars Bentlems also, but do we really count those as toys? Anyway, Galoob started out small. In 1985, when Star Wars was starting to really get kicked back into gear, Galoob released heads, Star Wars toy heads. That's right, these were little play sets. You open them up, and you had a little playset inside. They were so neat. They looked great to display. Now, I can remember when I found out about these things. Yep, how did I find out about them? Well, like anything else, back around the 90s, Action Figure News, Toy... Well, we'll see. It was Action Figure News. It was either two ways I found out about it. Action Figure News and Toy Review, or Action Figure Digest, I think was the other one. I know you're saying, John, man, what about Toy Fair? I was a toy snob. I was a collector snob. I didn't like Toy Fair. It seemed a little bit more kiddie. Little cartoon bubbles and jokes and everything. I was a serious collector. I wanted my Action Figure News. Two Mars was a good one. But anyway, I can remember one of these, probably both of them, flipping through it, because I could not wait to get the new magazine. Star Wars Galoob released Star Wars head. I'm going to be able to give Star Wars head to a Star Wars fan. I couldn't believe it. Finally, I get to give some Star Wars head to some friends and family. So I remember, me and my buddy Russ, who was at that time, we were hanging out a lot in the 90s, and we were hitting stores after stores trying to find the latest Star Wars stuff. It was 1995. We were waiting so patiently for the new Star Wars action figures from Kenner, now under Hasbro, to get released. But right there, Toys R Us, I can still remember the toys I was at. South Lake, Georgia. We called it South Lake Monroe, Georgia. It was about an hour away from our house. We went up there. We had to drive all the way up there, an hour away, because they had a media play. We couldn't believe it. A media play. It was so exciting. So we rode at the media play. There it was. Star Wars at the Toys R Us. Star Wars head. Yes. Come on in the Toys R Us and get some Star Wars head. That should have been their slogan. That should have been their slogan. Now, they did release some mini Star Wars heads, and I'm not talking about the mini heads. I'm talking about, these were mini, but not like these. These look really cool. You put them up on display, and you got a figure. You got a face. But then you open it up. Oh, let's look at them. Let's look at them. First, we got the blue box. 1995 was the blue box. If you're saying I didn't have a blue box, my box was a different color. That was 1997 reissue. For the special edition. But let's look at these. 3PO. Always, all of them had an excited kid on it. It was always a little too excited. I mean, come on, kid. They're micro machines. They're not that exciting. There was always they were stunned. They couldn't believe that they had these mini toys. It wasn't that fun. It was fun for about 10 minutes. They look cool on display, but let's be honest, it was only cool for a few minutes. You put them there, you pop a button, and they fly up or something. But let's look at 3PO. 3PO came with a Falcon. Yeah, you think it would have been a Han Solo head, but no. And I remember it had the cantina inside. Open it up, and there was the cantina inside. You're like, what? A droid and a cantina? That doesn't go together. That's like a bologna and I don't know, a bologna and steak together. That sounds good. A bologna on steak. Now that sounds good. So I was scratch that. But anyway, you open this thing up, and it's got some aliens in it and everything. I remember it had a little bar where you could put Greedo or somebody, hit a button, and he'd fly out of the chair like he got shot. Let's look at Chewbacca. What playset did he get? Indoor. Because when you think of Chewbacca, you think of indoor. Why didn't it make it an Ewok? I don't know. This one came with a little net for your ATST. Chicken walker. You can call it a chicken walker if you want to. I think it had a speeder bike. And it had a little, put a little speeder bike on this little peg. And you could flip the button, it would spin around. Pew, pew. Had a little net to drop on the figures and everything. It was really cool. And of course, I had a kid on the box that was really too excited. Come on, kid. It's not that exciting. I think they put something in front of the kids, you know, maybe a nice juicy looking hot dog or something, and then they airbrushed the hot dog out and put like a Chewbacca playset there or something to get that reaction. Or maybe they laid like a Penthouse magazine, you know, centerfold out or something, because these reactions are not kids that's excited about a playset, a micro machine playset. They're just not. I mean, look at this kid here on the R2D2 package. I like the R2 one because it was all R2. It was flat on the back, of course. It was flat on the back. But on the front, it was R2. It was all R2. It wasn't like just the head, you know. Hey, if they did a life-size Chewbacca one that you opened up, that would have been cool too. But this one, you could open it up. It was Jabba's palace, Jabba's throne room. Had a little door that would flap down. You could drop into the Rancor pit. Had a Jabba on his base. I don't think he came off the base. I don't know. Had a sail barge. Oh, it was so awesome. Had a lot of cool figures and everything. It looked really, really, really cool. And then, of course, there was Yoda. Look at this. Look at this. You know, this is, look, it looks like Yoda, doesn't it? My daughter told me that when she was like real little. She's like, look, Dad, my hand turns into Yoda. Now, if I had green skin, it would look more like Yoda, but I don't. This was Yoda, and you open it up, and it was, as you can imagine, Dagobah. That's right, Dagobah. Junkman is Dagoboosh or something. I know, you're going to tell me I said it wrong. It came with X-Wing that was all dirty and everything. I think R2 was dirty in this one also. Had the big old ears on it. But it had Ghost Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, Luke in his training outfit, and of course Yoda. And he was mini. I mean, the other figures were mini, but Yoda was like really mini. He was like a little tick. Yeah, it was awesome.
Weird.
And then the best of them all. Boba Fett. Am I saying it's the best of all because it was the coolest, or because I was a Boba Fett whore? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both, but I liked it because it had this little thing you could drop Han down in and get him frozen in carbonite and everything. It was Bespin. I gave it away. It was Bespin when you opened it up. It was awesome. It was cool. Now, I know back in the 80s, Kenner made a micro collection that was kind of cool also, but this kind of went over the top with it. How about Luke Skywalker? I never liked this one because it didn't look like Mark Hamill. It didn't look like Luke to me. I don't know what they were going for here. I think they could have done a better Luke. You open this one up and it's Hoth. I can't remember actually having this one. I remember seeing this one at the store. I don't remember having this one. I don't know why. Because back then I was buying them like crazy. But it had an ad in it. Yeah, an ad. Not an AT-AT. Well, how do you say AT-ST? Shut up. It's ad. God dang it. But anyway, you open this, it's got a snow speeder and stuff on it. It was pretty darn cool if you were to ask me. And Stormtrooper, I can remember having two of these, one in the box, one out of the box, so you never can tell they're going to be worth some money. This was Death Star inside. Open it up, Death Star, trash compactor, hallway scene. It was awesome. It was cool. It was a Stormtrooper. And the Stormtrooper head looked really good sitting up on display. That's what I loved about this. You could display them as just the head. You can just come on in and look at my Star Wars head. Or you can open it up and say, come look at my Star Wars playset. Oh, I love giving Star Wars head. So let's move on and look at the Royal Guard. This ain't really one. This ain't top tier. This is not top tier. I don't even think I had this one. I can't remember having this one. It's the throne room, I believe. Yeah, it's the throne room. You got Emperor in his chair. What a great chair. You got a Shuttle Targaryen. That's pretty cool. You got two Royal Guards. Getting two. I got one. You know, I don't like when they do two of the same thing, but you had to have two guards. There was no Imperial dignitary, though. Hey, what's up, Galoo? Where's Imperial dignitary?
Weird.
And just for the fun, let's look at the back of the box. All the back of the box look the same except for the instructions on how to do the playset. And there's the Royal Guard right there. Another one was the TIE Fighter pilot. Look at that. Open it up. You got these little pieces of plastic metals. I don't know what they were, like clear little tube things. You could put a Vader's TIE Fighter on it or a TIE Fighter and have them like spinning around and everything. It was awesome. Let's see, the Fighter Pilot Academy is what they call this one. I don't know if I don't remember having this one. Academy. I don't remember this. This is not even a theme for the movie. That one escapes me right there. I wish I could say more. That one escapes me more. Let's move on to Darth Vader. And I know I had this one. Darth Vader Came with a Boba Fett Slave 1. You hear that, Disney? I said Slave 1. Sue me. I said it's Slave 1. That's what it is. This is the one that had the Carbonite Han. What did the other one have? This one had the Carbonite Han. You put it down there and everything. Oh, it was awesome. What did it come with? It would come with an Ugnut, whatever you call him. It came with Chewbacca and he had 3PO on his back and everything. Came with a Stormtrooper with a gun. Came with Darth Vader. I think it came with a Luke, a Lando Calrissian. Now, the only one released in the 1997 newer package that wasn't released in 1995 was Jabba the Hutt. Because this is a special edition area here. This is a special edition Jabba the Hutt Tatooine inside. It comes with a new ship I ain't never seen before. I don't know, maybe it's in the background or something. I can't remember it in the movie. It comes with that thing the Jawas ride on, Rodo. I don't remember what it's called, something. It comes with a weird looking Jabba. It is a kind of weird looking Jabba. But hey, Jabba in the special edition, that is kind of weird looking, if you ask me. And if you're thinking, I got it on Blu-ray, I got it on Disney Plus, it looks okay. It looked worse in the special edition. What you watch now on your Blu-ray or Disney Plus, that's a special edition. It's been special edition like 5 times. But this is only a kid with the kid didn't look too excited. He was just like, so it was more of a real reaction. Now they did some ships also. I'm not going to look at the Falcon. I should have. The Falcon is huge and probably needs a video onto itself. And what I hoping this video does well, we're going to look at more of the Globe went crazy from 1993 to in the early 2000s. They went crazy, so I figured I could break this up into different videos. But how about Slave 1? Now, see, I don't remember having these ships. I don't know why, because if I saw this, I would have bought this for sure. Even if I saw one of the toy magazines, I would have ran and got Toy Shop magazine and ordered one. Although it was the 90s. I had to write a check and or a money order, mail it all, wait 6 weeks. I hope I didn't get conned. And 95% of the time, you got conned. Weird. But this was, it's got that thing that Jawas ride again. It's got a T-16 Skyhopper. T-16 Sky that Luke played with. Woo, woo. Luke Skywalker was like 19 years old playing with a toy in the movie. I don't understand that. Comes with a weird looking Jabba again. Looks like a weird looking Jabba. But it was Slave 1. Slave 1. Hear that, Disney? Slave 1. Open it up. And looked a lot of fun. And then they had the Rebel Blockade Runner. Rebel Transport, I guess I should call it right there. Because it wasn't the Blockade Runner. I don't know why I said that. But you open it up. And it had a lot of stuff. I didn't have these ships. I don't know why I didn't have these ships. I'm amazed I didn't have these ships. So I'm not really sure what all this one did. But it came with some soldiers, came with an X-Wing, and it was pretty cool. But out of ships, you got to admit, the Rebel Transport is kind of a ship. No, I didn't even have it in the carrying one because it was a fake carrying case ship. I didn't ever have that. And then we had the Star Destroyer. That's also a big triangle. Open it up. This one came with a Blockade Runner. I got it right. Don't call it the Tabine 5 or whatever. It's the Blockade Runner. It's the Blockade Runner. Stop with all your EU nonsense. You had Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. You had Darth Vader with his fist out like this. You had an Imperial guy with his gun out. You had another Imperial guy with his gun like up here and stuff. And then you had a guy that was on his knees. He was on his knees. He was choking. No, calm down. Don't be dirty. Get your mind out of the gutter. He was on his knees. Vader was choking. Vader was you know, I like Vader can force choke somebody. He does that a lot. But I like in Star Wars A New Hope where he spins him by the neck. Why does he only do that once? What are those secret plans? Anyway, I don't know. I'm getting a little carried away, I guess. But that's a look at the head. That's only the heads they did. Now, they did do the mini heads, and they did do other play sets. There was like an Ewok play set, Hoth play set, and all that. And like I said, if you like this video, we'll get more into some of the Galoof stuff because they did so much. I couldn't do it just a video and everything they did because they done so dang much with this line. But that's a look at the heads and the ships. Like I said, I should have threw Falcon in here. I didn't throw Falcon in here. Like I said, I think it just needed its own video. But what the hell, here's Falcon if you want to talk about it. The Falcon was cool. The Falcon was awesome. Opened it up. It came with a lot of pieces. It looked awesome there. I teased you. I said I wasn't going to do the Falcon, and I did do the Falcon. Now we got the Falcon out of the way. That is awesome. The Falcon. I couldn't tell you much about it because I didn't have it pulled up on my computer to look at because, to be honest, it was in a separate category when I pulled the picture. For some reason they put the Falcon with these other ones because it's more like a deluxe thing. So get over it. Whew, I feel like I'm talking really fast. Whew. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching so much of my content. Let me know if you had any head. Did you get Star Wars head in the 90s? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you got any Star Wars head in the 90s.
Weird, 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 weird.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.